Each year, the Concrete Industry Management Program hosts an annual fundraising auction at the World of Concrete in Las Vegas, Nevada.
The auction is, as we said, the single largest fundraiser for the overall program. The proceeds from the auction, high percentage, probably in the 85 to 90% of all the proceeds we get from the auction, those proceeds go to the individual universities. We have been and continue to fund these university programs at about $100,000 for each program on an annual basis from the National Steering Committee. We ask that the local patrons match that same type of investment. So we're talking about a $200,000 annual pledge from the industry. We have figured out that there's always going to be a need to have funds coming in from the National Steering Committee as well as the patrons group, because our program is so unique. There's not many university programs anywhere in the country that would even come close to the actual amount of industry involvement that we try to get with our graduates, and not only our graduates but our undergraduates as well, to develop contacts in the industry. We have strong support from a number of our national associations and foundations, including the National Ready-Mix Concrete Association, the National Precast Concrete Association, the Precast Concrete Institute, the American Society of Concrete Contractors, and a number of others that have all donated their time and their talent and their treasure to help bring the CIM program where it is. But once again, our single largest amount of our funds raised come through the auction, and that's why it is so vital, so important to the National Steering Committee. We have partners in the fact that the World of Concrete has given us the opportunity to have these auctions, and they're supported through our auctioneers, Ritchie Brothers.
The auction is an annual event, usually held at the World of Concrete in Las Vegas. The proceeds from that auction benefit all the 4 universities across the U.S. That currently have a concrete industry management program. It is a collection of many companies that come together to support this program, and companies from all across the construction industry. You'll have concrete contractors, you'll have cement producers, concrete producers, equipment manufacturers, admixture companies, to name just a few. All of these companies come together and support us through donations. Those donations are then auctioned off during a silent auction and a live auction. It is the 10th year that we have done an auction. The first year benefited Middle Tennessee State University solely, but since then we have continued to increase the amount of donations, continued to increase the amount of companies that have come to us with donations and supporting us in this endeavor.
The CIM auction has really become the primary source of funding for the Concrete Industry Management Program, so it's critically important. It's a great opportunity for the industry to get quality products and support the program at the same time, so it's really a win-win for the industry as well as the program, but it has become the major funding source so that these programs continue to grow and enhance their offerings, that the students have the opportunity to still come to industry events. Those kinds of things are not funded by your average tuition that a student would pay. So all of the industry interaction is really a very important part of the CIM program, and it's funded basically by funds that come through the CIM auction and then to the National Steering Committee and awarded to the individual schools.
There are several things that the auction does. One, it creates an awareness. Having that ready-mix truck sitting out on in front of the North Hall for a whole week with the painted drum certainly lets people know that concrete industry management is out there. So it creates an awareness of the program. The other thing is contractors and suppliers people are looking for a way to give through the industry. And the whole idea of the auction I think was very good. It would never have happened without the support of Hanley Wood and the World of Concrete organization. This year we will have over $1 million that was donated by the industry. Some of that is equipment, some of it is vacation packages, some of it is cement, various pieces of equipment. But that is our largest source of revenue, and the National Steering Committee gives up to $100,000 each year to the 4 schools, and we also have to have some dollars for research that we might do, for some curriculum development, and the auction allows us to do that. And what it does, when you have many hands, it allows the lifting to be a little easier. When you have many hands, make for light work. And truly, the people that are involved in the auction committee, you can see the passion they have for this program and what their commitment is to the industry.
You know, the auction is made up of a committee, and that committee is made up of a lot of different people from a lot of different pieces or parts of our industry. There are some companies that don't have a product or a service to donate, yet there's some other things that they could possibly donate. There are, you know, everybody, not everybody, but most people have tickets to ball games. Some people have vacation homes. Those are all fine and good. I'm more interested in, many times, a person's time. We have a lot of people in this industry that know a lot of people in this industry. And this auction is a lot of word of mouth. It is a lot of people talking to people about the benefits of the CIM program, and therefore supporting and investing time to go out and get donations from companies for the auction. So I'm not too concerned about everybody having to give me an item. I'm more concerned about everybody giving me a little bit of time and introducing me to the people that they know.
Well, the patrons groups at the various CIM programs, their involvement in the program is very critical to the success of the students as they try to get into the industry. At the Northeast patrons, the group that I'm involved with, we spend a lot of time helping to mentor the students. We guest lecture, come in and tell them, you know, what's actually happening in the industry. They're not looking at textbooks. They're getting out and they're visiting job sites, getting some real-world experiences and showing them what they will be doing when they actually get out into the industry. One of the other things that we like to do is we'll sponsor them in coming to events such as World of Concrete, so they come here and they see all the opportunities that there actually are in the industry. We also get them involved in local associations, so they'll come to local ACI chapter meetings and that kind of thing, and start networking with people that are in the industry from the beginning of their freshman year.
Well, it's interesting. The event is the focal point most often, yet behind the scenes there are so many people that are working very diligently to make it a successful auction. Companies like Ritchie Brothers, those are our true partners within this program, this auction, and we can't do what we do without the help and support of those companies. So much of the work that is done is getting donations from different companies, but trying to organize an event like this that hopefully will raise over $600,000 does not come easily, and you need a lot of partners to make that happen.
The annual CIM auction at the World of Concrete features various items in our live and silent auctions. Money raised from the annual CIM auction supports the CIM programs at Middle Tennessee State University, Cal State Chico, the New Jersey Institute of Technology, and Texas State University. These funds are used to support scholarships, faculty development, student travel and research, and numerous other educational and training experiences.
The auction is critical to the overall health of the program. It's the major funding resource that we have for the program, and the National Steering Committee utilizes those funds in order to continue to grow this program as we go forward.
As the years went ahead, we've shifted our major fundraising to the World of Concrete auction that we have here in Las Vegas every year in January, usually in January. And we've done great to be able to increase the take on that every year. The amount of donations have grown from low six figures. Now we're in the seven figures. This year we've reached $1 million. And so those monies go into our coffers that are distributed to the 4 universities directly in stipends that have to be matched by the university, so the local patrons have to match that to qualify to get it. And those monies go for scholarships, for outreach, for building our student population, for engaging our students with the industry by allowing them to go to national meetings and conferences, to help fund some of the projects and research that we're doing. So a huge merry amount of things go on with the money that we raised at this very, very important auction. We hope that one day we'll be able to raise as much as $1 million a year that we can put to work in doing the things I described earlier, but in addition to that, scholarships, research projects, writing and publishing textbooks, so many other things that make our program so much different than other university programs. So this year is really important. The auction is going to be tomorrow, and we do it in 2 phases. We have the live auction with the real big ticket items, starting with the mixer truck and chassis that is kindly donated almost every year now. It's our anchor thing that makes it also good. And now that we're helping to fund scholarships, that's another new thing the National has taken on this year, that we're going to be able to hopefully use some of this money to fund scholarships to help grow the program as we go forward.
Well, the auction is the primary fundraiser, and the money that is raised at the auction goes to the universities that have the CIM programs. As important as other kinds of funding is, scholarships are at the top of my list. And when I go out and meet with people and try to convince them that they need to make a donation to Texas State University, and that's what this auction does, is it provides scholarship dollars for our students.
The CIM auction helps fund the 4 programs with the CIM management program, and also helps fund the new building fund at MTSU.
We have enjoyed tremendous support from all aspects of the industry, certainly through our foundations and associations, and the community at large, be it concrete contractors or concrete producers. And we've raised over that time well over $5 million that has been, as I said, mostly distributed directly to the universities.
Once the World of Concrete auction happens and the funding is there, what do we do with it? What do we have to justify that large amount of funding for our 4 universities? And what we have found is it's very easy to take a set of students and provide publications from the industry and provide real-world experiences, provide project opportunities, provide flat work finishing projects. Just any little thing that can give that student an extra understanding of the industry really benefits. So what happens when those employers and those companies are able to give to the auction, they're in turn providing 4 years of real-world experience for the students in the classroom. I talk to employers all the time. They say, oh yeah, he's got a CIM degree, but he really doesn't know anything. And then they hire him and they realize, I have at least 2 years of training that I would normally give maybe an engineering student or a business student to be able to be successful in my business. I'm not having to do that with a CIM graduate. I've invested in them for 4 years to get a product that is immediately able to hit the ground running. And so they realize that once they've employed either an intern or a full-time employee. It's not always going to hit every company every year, but the companies that have been hiring from our program now for 15 years realize that they're getting an investment when they're ready to get one. When their company has the position to be able to hire, they know they're going to go to the CIM program and have a successful fit and a successful match.
Universities use it for a lot of different things. There's scholarships involved, there's monies in order to grow their individual program, It's dollars to help the students get out into the marketplace to understand what's involved in the concrete industry. It's for professor development. So it's a lot of different things that the university utilizes the money in order to continue to grow their program from the grassroots level.
Each CIM auction features items from concrete producers, ready-mix companies, concrete contractors, industry suppliers, vendors, and more. In addition to these items, each CIM auction features sports and travel packages.
There's a variety of different items that are donated by all these companies. You will get everything from equipment to cement to sports packages, all of which has a special place in the different segments of our industry. So if you're a concrete producer, there's something for you. If you're a concrete contractor, there's certainly something for you. And every company that is here who has interest in the world of concrete will come away with something from the auction that is near and dear to them.
We view it as a win-win. We see it as the ability to provide products that our customers use every day, with the proceeds going to the CIM, which is a great program for our industry.
There are many donations that equate to a person's business. There are laser screeds, there's a ready-mix truck, there is cement, there is dust collectors for the ready-mix industry. Yet there is many, many different items that are somewhat generic and offer something to everybody across all the different segments of our industry. Those are the fun things. There are packages that include the Kentucky Derby, going to the Masters. A lot of bucket list items that people come to the auction and look at and say, you know what, that's something I've always wanted to do. And I think I'd like to do that and support the auction as well.
Companies donating to the CIM auction also get a considerable amount of exposure to World of Concrete attendees, exhibitors, and the industry press.
Well, we are coming through one of the deepest recessions in the construction industry history. And the stakeholders of that industry, the concrete producers, cement producers, admixture producers, contractors of all types and sizes. They're all looking for people to come into their businesses and lead them through tomorrow's opportunities and through the challenges that each one of these companies face. The CIM program, to me, it's a farm system, if I can use a baseball analogy. The farm system is crucial to developing and educating young adults to be prepared to enter the workforce and become tomorrow's leaders. A company donating and supporting the CIM program, we work very hard at trying to get them the publicity that they are warranted. It is an investment in our future, our industry's future, to be a part of this auction and the CIM program in general. We try to make sure that those companies that invest in us and in the industry's future get treated special when it comes to publicity, and we try to make sure everyone knows that they've been a very supportive company.
Why would a person want to contribute to the auction? And for the donors, I think there are a number of things they can do. Through their own internal marketing programs, they can let their customers know that they support the Concrete Industry Management Program, that they are giving back to the industry, and that they feel that they have a responsibility to help develop the future leaders of this industry that has been so good to many of us. So there's some internal marketing. Also, in the brochures that Ritchie Brothers puts together, the flyers that are available at the World of Concrete, again, it's the advertising, the marketing value is, it's hard to put a price on what that is. And one of the things that we try to do as a CIM program is to allow the various donors to get some recognition for their product. And it's one of the things that the early donors reap more of a benefit of that, because it shows up on the website and it's out there for again, the number of hits, the number of people that see it out on the website, the earlier you donate, the sooner you're going to start to see the benefits of that marketing.
A company who donates an item to the auction, while we're very, very appreciative of that and their support, there is another thing that they can do for us. We try to provide each one of the companies that have donated an item a series of tools to be able to distribute to their customers that enlightens their customers on the item and the item that they donated, as well as every other item. We believe that getting out the vote, getting out the information about what items are going to be involved in our auction falls on us as a committee, but also falls with the companies that have invested in this program and helped us with a donated item. We have a tremendous committee that spends 12 months working on this auction, and the leadership of Gene Martineau and Nicole Mayer, as well as Brian Gallagher, and many, many others, really carries the day for the auction, and we're hoping for a record-breaking one this year.
So one of the questions that I get asked regularly as a member of the National Steering Committee is, what can I as a contractor, what can I do to help with the auction? You know, the bidders on this are from all over the country, and you know, what can I, as a contractor in Iowa, what can I do? What do I have that people would be interested in? So for contractors, what I would suggest is there are travel packages. I know that's what Baker has done over the years, but again, some of those travel packages are trips to the Rose Bowl, trips to the Kentucky Derby, various sporting events, be it college football games, be it professional sports, football, baseball, hockey, basketball. Those are all things that we have had in the auction, and those travel packages have done very well in both the silent and the live auction. And so it's certainly something that every contractor has to do. You don't have to worry about donating your own services. The other thing that people can do for various suppliers, they can give their products and get the advertising value out there and let people see what those products are.
Frankly, the notoriety that comes with being a company that donates is really secondary to the belief that we are making an investment and a difference in the future of our industry. That's the way CEMEX looks at it, and we will continue to have that philosophy as we move forward.
The auction is the single biggest thing that the National Steering Committee does to support the schools beyond helping them with their education, the accreditation, and other things. The big thing is the auction. That's the big money maker, and that provides a way for us on a national standpoint to then help support the schools financially and help grow our programs there.
Consider helping support your industry and the Concrete Industry Management Program by making a donation today. Any item that your company can donate to the auction is greatly appreciated, from concrete and construction products to travel and sports packages, sports memorabilia, and electronics. For information, visit www.concretedegree.com.